If January 2015 is anything to go by, then this year promises to be rather busy for the advertising fraternity. Last week, news of Colvin Harris being replaced by Tarun Rai as CEO of JWT greeted us. And this week, it's the long-standing Havas Worldwide Managing Partner and Chief Creative Officer Satbir Singh who's making news. Singh, after almost a decade, has bid adieu to Havas and is all set to join FCB Ulka as its new Chief Creative Officer, taking on from where K.S. Chakravarti left when he quit the agency some time ago. Singh will take on his new role in Feb and will be moving to Mumbai. Well, joining us on the show is none other than the man of the moment, Satbir Singh. Satbir, thanks so much for joining us. Truly a pleasure to have you on Brand Equity. First off, many congratulations on taking on the new assignment at FCB. My first question being, what was really the motivation to quit Havas?
See, I've been here for 10 years, right? And that's kind of like half of my advertising career, right? And after 10 years, you do kind of start thinking about what next, and you want to move on to newer challenges and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's, I think, the prime motivation why I thought it's time to move on and do something new.
Satbir, I know this for a fact, and I can say this with authority, that FCB Ulka was not the only offer you were considering. My question is, why FCB Ulka?
It's not really a first time that someone, had more than one agency kind of speaking to him or her. So that's part, that's part of the game, how it is. I worked with FCB, right? I was here about 17, 18 years ago, and that's where I met my wife, actually. So it's a special place. I like the people here. I've known Nagesh for long, Ambi for long, Arvind Wable, and a whole lot of other people. And I love the fact that this agency has really very long-standing client relationships, and it's always been up there, right? So when this offer came along, I thought, why not? This is a good time kind of to join this place.
Satbir, if you can take me through on what exactly your mandate is at FCB Ulka. What does the management really expect of you?
It's a large agency, so the client base is extremely huge. We now need to kind of focus on work that is consistently good. Okay, there has always been that great campaign coming out of FCB every now and then, but the need is to kind of make that more consistent. That's one. The other thing is it's got there are many offices and a large creative team across the agency, and so we need to kind of persist with the good things and see what is it that we can sharpen. Once that is done, then the consistency of the work quality is kind of just going to be there.
Satbir, both you and I know that while FCB Ulka is an agency which has a lot of legacy, it's a large agency, has a decent number of clients. The fact is, FCB Ulka today is not top of mind when you talk about the top agencies in terms of just sheer creativity. The buzz around the agency somehow seems to have dropped over the last few years. What are you going to do to bring back the mojo, the creative mojo at the agency?
Sonali, the fact that now I don't know how much that is true, but the fact or the point that it's not top of mind does not really bother me much, because it's top of the chart in any other way, right? It's always been a top 5 agency ever since I've kind of started working in this industry, and so all the ingredients are there, right? Probably where it might have suffered a bit is that it was too low-key. It's one of those strong silent type that doesn't kind of belong, doesn't want to speak about itself, right? And we are in the advertising business. We are about building brands, and it doesn't harm to every once in a while look within and talk about the agency brand that you have. And I think those are some of the things that probably we'll be doing more, going forth.
Satbir, you're going to be moving from Delhi to Bombay, and personally, I think that's a big jump for you. You would agree as well, because quite often, Delhi professionals, Delhi creative guys talk about the fact that despite the fact that Delhi is now contributing so much revenue and all the big clients actually are based in Delhi, the Delhi creative folks do not get as much credit as the Mumbai creative folks.
Yeah.
So personally, it's a big jump for you, given the fact that you're moving to Bombay. But, do tell me about this whole Delhi-Bombay creative culture rift that one kind of feels, at least within the creative fraternity.
Yeah, I think the point to remember is that a whole lot of creative people in Bombay have come from Delhi, right? And some of them are occupying the highest positions in our industry at this point. It's quite simple that most agencies historically have been headquartered in Bombay, right? And so whether it's the CEOs, whether it's the national creative directors and head of planning, etc., they've all been there historically. And it's only in the past 10 years or so that you see a whole lot of multinationals, etc., kind of setting their marketing headquarters in Gurgaon, while so manufacturing could be in Chennai or Gujarat or Punjab, etc., but marketing happens out of Gurgaon, right? If you kind of come to where I am right now in Cyber City, you would have probably 50% of Indian advertisers, right? And however, given the fact that the top guys have been in Bombay forever, the industry presses, see, you are in Bombay, and and a lot more happens in Bombay. We hardly have any advertising kind of congregation in Delhi.
Last question, Satbir. Where do you think FCB Ulka as an agency, in your assessment, is lacking?
Sonali, like you said some time back, right? It's the lack of profile, perhaps, right? It's a large agency. It's very successful. It has had long-standing client relationships. Clients have been with this agency for 15, 16 years. Even people, I don't know what the statistics are, but I would say that the churn here is amongst the lowest. People have been here for 10, 15 years too. So all the things are pointing in the right direction. Perhaps the consistency of work is something which needs to be looked at. It's done blockbuster campaigns every now and then. Those campaigns need to be more regular, and yes, and a bit of a profile for the agency is I think is something that we need to do.
Well, on that note, Satbir, thank you so much for joining us on Brand Equity.
Thank
this
you.
has truly been a pleasure, and I wish you all the very best for your new assignment, and I'll see you when you're in Bombay.
Thank you, Sonali. Thanks for having me here.